Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be filming another makeup look. This time I'm going to use the makeup that basically lives in my travel makeup bag. I just got back from a nice vacation, just a long weekend, and decided while I was unpacking everything to sit down and film a makeup look. So here we are. Hair's a different color. Clearly I did it at home. My friend did it for me. So bear with me with the spots on my forehead and everything when I push my hair back. But what do we think? Do we like the colors? I love it. But let's get into the makeup look. Start with some primer. I have the Milk Hydro Primer. I've only used it a few times, but so far I really like it. When I use primer, I tend to go for one like this. It's really tacky, but not silicone-y or drying. Give that a second to set down. See, as you can see, it's a little tacky on my cheeks, but not a lot, just enough. We're gonna go back in again with the L'Oreal True Match foundation. It's light enough for my vacation foundation, but covers my redness and some of my acne without looking real cakey and gross, which I like. We're gonna go in with just a tiny bit more, and I just kind of drop it on the back of my hand because unfortunately this foundation doesn't have a pump, it's just a little jar. But that's one of the few flaws that I have found with this one. The coverage is good for me. Blend it down the neck. The finish is nice for me. I set it, but it sets nicely without looking too cakey. Doesn't get streaky or weird. It just evens my skin tone out a little. Gives me just enough coverage. Obviously isn't gonna cover the dye that's all on my hairline, but if you guys know a foundation that would, let me know. Same with my other video, I'm not gonna use concealer. That's no need to take an extra bottle and sponge with me. So that's the foundation. I blended down my neck some, and this seems to be a pretty good color match for me. So now I take my Too Faced Peach blurring powder, which as you can see I use pretty frequently, on a nice big fluffy brush, which I actually, oddly enough, ordered this brush off of Wish and love it. It's great. It does just what I need. I know products on Wish are iffy, but I like this one. And for a $1 brush, it's not half bad. Just set the face just a little bit. There's so much stuff on my desk, you guys. And then we'll go in with the same bronzer and blush that I used in my last video. This one seems to work the best for me. I have others, but I don't love them. They're not my favorite. So we'll just dip into the bronzer a little bit. There's a nifty little mirror on the back. And blend that down my cheek and up into my hairline by my ear. Just bronze the face a little bit. We're dipping back in for the other side. And then one more, tap it off so it's not quite as heavy for the forehead. Just frame the face nicely. And then with the same brush, I basically just rub it on my hand to get the rest of the product off. Sometimes I wipe it, sometimes I'll do it on my leg or my shirt or whatever I have in front of me if I haven't gotten dressed for the day. We're gonna dip into the blush side, which is a pretty shimmery blush, but I actually like this one. I usually would either not use blush at all or use a more matte blush, but I really like this color and it seems to work well for me. And the shimmer isn't too crazy. So that's all I do with bronzer and blush. Sometimes I'll go back in with a little bit more, but not usually. And then either with the same brush or with a fluffy eyeshadow brush or with a, whoops, pretty dense fan brush, which the fan brush is what I'm going to use today. But with one of these 3 brushes, I'll usually do my highlight. Because again, I don't need anything crazy. But if I'm going out and want to be a little glowy, then this disperses product nicely and gives me that nice glow. But I sometimes don't want to bring an extra brush. So I'll start with like an eyeshadow brush or something and then blend it out with my powder brush when I'm done. So there's that. It's really pretty. It's the Fenty Beauty Freestyle Highlighter Duo. It's Mean Honey and Hustla Baby. And I use the Mean Honey side for most of what I do. This one's a little too glittery for me, so I like it. It's nice and pretty and can be really nice and buildable. But there's my highlight done. And then let me put my powder and foundation brush away while we're here, and I'm going to zoom you guys in. Okay, so for some reason I couldn't get the zoom to work on my camera, so I just scooted in a little closer, and I'll lean in a little bit. But I'm back, and we're going to do some eyeshadow. I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons, or whatever the palette is. This one, it's really old, it smells delicious. I love it. It's great for neutrals. It's an easy one to take 1 or 2 palettes because it's got some mattes, some shimmeries. It's really pretty. So I'm going to dip in up here to Almond Truffle, and we're going to start blending the crease. And we're just going to do that on both sides with this nice fluffy brush. And then on the same fluffy brush, I'm gonna go into, what are we gonna use today? We're gonna dip into Mocha right here. It's a little bit of a deeper brown. And I promise this look will be a little bit more fun than the last one, just because this is like my travel, going out, easy going out, fun look. It's not too crazy, but it's fun. So we deepened that up just a little bit, and then we're gonna be done with this brush. Probably at all, but maybe until the end when we're gonna re-smooth everything out. My cat's acting crazy. Then we're gonna take a little bit of a smaller blending brush and dip into, we're gonna dip into this shade right here. Darker and slightly purpley, not much, but a little bit darker. And concentrate, that was English. Concentrate that right out on the outer V and just pat, and then once we've deposited some color, we can blend in just a little, but I don't want to bring it in farther than about halfway on my eyelid because it'll be harder to have to cover later. So we just blend that out a little bit and then do the same thing on the other eye, is pack it on first and then blend out slightly. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I get fallout here. I just take powder either on my powder brush or just what's left over of my powder brush and kind of dust it away. I know a lot of people bake and leave the bake on while they do their eyeshadow and all that. I don't really have a problem with it sticking like that, so I'm not too worried about it. And then, so as you see, that third color deepened up my outer V quite nicely. So then I'm gonna go into this palette, which I actually bought from Target. It was like $10, and it's got 16 really pretty shades in it. Nice big mirror that, there's you guys. Nice big mirror that folds back so that you can, if you're using like a wall mirror or anything, it isn't in the way, but you have it if you need something closer up. And I'm gonna take a little tiny, not quite pencil, but a nice like dense packing brush, and I'm gonna dip into this brown right here and pack that right on the outer corner to deepen it up even more and blend even less. Trying really hard not to flick the color out because I don't want to have to clean it up, but if I have to clean it up, it's not a huge deal. And when I got this palette at Target, I actually got another one that was very similar. It's the same brand, slightly different colors. Just slightly different colors. And they had others that I didn't get because I wouldn't use. Like this one I use frequently. It's my travel one. The other one stays at home, so I use it at home more often. But as you can see, there's lots of shimmeries. So I think today I want to go in maybe with this bronzy color, or maybe should we do something more fun? Should I go in with this teal right here? I think we're gonna go in with this teal, and we're gonna do that across the lid. I'm not doing a cut crease or anything. I'm just gonna take a flat packing brush and dip in, scrub slightly, not enough to break up your shadow in the pan, but just enough to get some color on there, as you can see. And we're gonna do kind of a pack and sweep motion, because as we all know, shimmers like to have some fallout. So once that's blended out some, we can go in and pick up some more. And these are really pigmented, but unfortunately they don't blend quite as far and stay pigmented. But it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you kind of want the color to just stay where you put it. It does mean I have to work a little bit harder to get the look I want, but they're really pretty once I get there. So I just pack that on the inner half of my eyelid, and then I'm gonna go in, after I do the other eye, I'm gonna go in and take a little bit more of that, the middle matte brown color, and just blend out that edge a little bit so it's not quite as harsh. Because as you can see, it's a little bit harsh right now. So let's do the other eye first. And this one's nice because for every shimmer shade, there's like a more matte shade of it. So this is the shimmer I just used. And if I wanted to go even more like blue-green kind of teal, I would go in with this and blend it out with this. But because I don't know what color I'm gonna wear yet, so because I'm not sure and I would rather it be a little bit more neutral, I'm probably gonna go back in with this shade down here and blend it out a little bit. It's not the exact shade I had used before, but it's similar enough, and I would rather not have to jump back and forth from palette to palette if I didn't have to. And just blend that out just a little bit up on the crease and on the outer V. And as you can see, there's a lot of kickback with these. I'll show you the pan when I'm done. But as you can see, there's lots and lots of fallout under my eyes and on my cheeks. And then the pan all down here. I already kind of blew it out of this one, but the pan down here is all fallout. which is easy enough to clean up. So now that that is done, we're gonna go back in with the brush that I think this is the brush I used for my bronzer, but that's okay. And we're just gonna sweep all of that fallout away. As I drop absolutely everything on my desk. And there we have it. That's the eyeshadow look. So sometimes, not always, sometimes I go in with some liquid eyeliner. Sometimes I go in with some like kohl eyeliner on the bottom. I think this time I'm gonna do a little baby wing, nothing crazy because I don't wanna have to fix it a billion times. But we're gonna line the bottom waterline with just a black kohl. This one I got in an Ipsy bag, I believe. It's Marc Jacobs, it's great. Probably won't bother repurchasing it, but it's nice. It's little screw up, so it's full of product. And then for my top line, for my wing, I just have the Sephora. This is honestly probably really old, but it's just a felt tip. It depends what I have with me. The Sephora eyeliner isn't my favorite, but it works for travel. I'd rather not bring my absolute favorite in case I lose it or break it or anything like that, because as we can all tell, I'm clumsy. So I'm just gonna go in and do a wing on either side and then line my bottom waterline. Unfortunately, this is one of the drier formulas that I have, so sometimes in the middle I have to shake it or put it down and do something else and then go back to it. And as you can see, I went out a little wide here and I did accidentally dot my face here, but that's easy enough to fix with concealer or a clean mascara wand or Q-tip, kind of whatever. I just go in and scrape it. Just scrape it off a little bit. And then this time I'm gonna use a little bit of my foundation on my finger because I didn't use concealer. Just a little bit. And dab that on and blend it out a little bit. And as you can see, we're good as new. If you're gonna tap it out, just tap it out gently. You don't want to disrupt anything else you've already done. I don't go back and reset that because honestly, I'm lazy. It's not worth it to me. So I'm gonna go in and do the pencil liner on my bottom. And there we are. I know lots of people like lighter colors on their bottom line. I personally like black. I think it frames my eyes really well, especially because I'm not someone who does a wingtip very well or anything like that. So I've always done black on my bottom. Even if I don't do a top liner at all, I'll do black on the bottom and then my lashes. I just think it looks the best on my face personally. So now I lost my mascara. So now I'm going to go in with the Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This is one I also got in an Ipsy bag that I've been loving. It's got a nice little spiky, you see that nice little spiky tip? And it's a pretty wet formula, but if you don't blink like crazy or anything like that until it dries, then it's great. It makes my bottom lashes especially look fabulous. And it's fairly easy to build though. I've got good lashes, so I don't usually have to build up my mascara too much. But I just start at the lash line and kind of roll the mascara wand out a little bit as I bring it up. And I just do both top lashes before I ever go into the bottoms. I find it's easiest for me personally. And it gives them that nice spiky look without being too clumpy and spidery. And then I'll go in and I hold the mirror up really high like I did last time and look up into it to do the bottom lashes. As you can see, it makes my bottom lashes look really, really long. So that's my mascara done. And then I don't do my eyebrows, but sometimes if I'm going out or if I've used more foundation than normal, I will go in and kind of fluff up my brows just a little bit with a clean mascara wand or spoolie, whatever you want to call it. I don't put any product in them. And then depending on what I'm wearing and what color I do, I have a berry lipstick and a nude lipstick that I use like crazy. The berry one is from e.l.f. It's called Wine. And the nude one is from Bite Cosmetics, I believe. Yeah, Bite. And it is called Glace, which I'm going to go with the nude because I did a more blue-green eye. I don't really want to do a red lip. And I just start by drawing the lines on the outside. Make sure it looks as natural as possible. And then because it's a soft lip crayon, sometimes I don't even have to go in and basically color in my lips. I just have to do that mush thing and it'll completely cover my lips. And it's a nice natural color. It just kind of looks like my lips but better. And that's it. I'll go in, I'll fix my hair. If I leave my hair straight like it is now, I'll just brush it out. I always do a side part because I think it makes my face look better. And there we are. That's the finished makeup look. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video and tell me what you want to see. If you want me to do a full face, if you want me to do opinions or testing makeup other than just what I normally do, what I'm comfortable with. If you enjoyed the video, let me know. Thanks. See you in the next one.